Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Have we got a great episode for you today. Not only are we testing out a few cool pieces of new gear, we are testing out the Zeta1 hot tent by Ankel Outdoors. Now I have to give a huge shout out to Kyle and all the people at Ankhiale for sending me this tent to test out, as they are the first company to actually agree to my terms. I am a very small channel, and believe it or not, I get approached by tons of companies all the time asking to try out and promote their gear. Some of these are big companies that I'm sure you have heard of. Now the problem with that is most of them, if not all of them, have wanted me to sign a contract saying that I will not say anything negative about the company or the products that I'm testing. That is not something I will ever do. I'm not going to take free swag and lie to all of the viewers and tell them that it's a great product when it's a piece of crap. So, as Kyle has said, they are people first and a company second, and I really respect that statement. He said, go nuts, say whatever you want to say, we stand by our gear, and that's what I want to see. So that is why we have a tent to test out this episode. So I'm just waiting for this to freeze up a little bit, and then we're gonna roll it out and check it out. It is a really, really cool looking tent. I can't wait to get inside and see it. Well guys, I say we go get ourselves some firewood for the night. I have another little gadget to test out for that as well. What I'm going to do is maybe dig these legs down into the snow a bit and put wood underneath them, because I'm sitting on top of 4 feet of snow, so the leg design of these, it just wants to lance right down, even though this is quite firm now. So yeah, let's go do that. Let's go grab some wood, set up the stove, then we can light a fire, warm up, because I'm actually very cold. Well, I've broken another tripod. It's so cold out. This is the third one I've broken. The plastic just gets so rigid from the cold that you even look at it sideways and it's broken. So I'm maxed out on height adjustment. We'll make it work for this trip, but I'll have to pick up yet another tripod. So, the new toy. We've got a Greenworks 24-volt brushless chainsaw. So I actually picked this guy up for $150. That is a pretty good buy, considering it comes with a 4 amp hour battery, charger, chainsaw, and this nice little case. So I've been running those Zeke saws, which are 50 bucks a piece, 60 bucks a piece, and I keep smoking them. They just die after cutting down one little tree and bucking it up. They die. So time to get serious. It's not too heavy. I'll have to pop the weight up for you guys because I can't remember. It's not light by any means, but it's not super heavy. So let's give it a shot. There's a dead tree right behind me. I'm gonna notch and cut down, and then we'll buck up. It is pretty hung up on the other tree, so odds are I'm probably gonna have to lift it and drag it down once I cut it, but let's see how this chainsaw works. Already sounds better than the Zeke saw.
Oh. Well, I'd say that plan didn't work. Oh. Oh. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Oh. 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 Well, my friends, cheers. Oh, I already shot a video when I opened this beer, but this fan I had on top of the stove was so noisy. When I listened back to it, you could hardly hear me talk. It was just clicking away. So that fan is toast. I need a new one. Unfortunately, we are down to 2 beers because one decided to explode in the backpack. Not quite sure how. Maybe when I put the backpack down, it punctured a hole, but we've got it outside trying to drain all the beer from it because it's a waterproof backpack, so, you know, it's just full of beer. You know, I have to say that I am honestly super impressed with how well this Mylar works. not only the heat I can just feel just blasting in my face from the reflection, but there doesn't seem to be any real cold spots. Even at the back of the tent in the sleep area, which I'll show you shortly, we have to set up bed soon. No cold spots. You know, definitely not as warm as right in front of the stove, but around the backs, like you know how in a hot tent, you know, you're burning and you get that kind of thermal barrier, that layer of cold where, you know, the bottom 2 feet of the tent is just freezing cold. Not so with this tent. It is warm down here. It's nuts. Very impressed. Very impressed. Like, it is 85 degrees in here. I don't even know what that is in Celsius. It's got to be 28 degrees Celsius. It is hot in here. And I have the stove near turned off. So it's just radiating heat. It is quite impressive. I expected it to do something. I did not expect it to do this much. So, very impressed. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a great night. I'm gonna finish up this beer, and then I'll turn you around to finally show you guys the other side of the tent, and we will get bed set up. And we will settle in, have some dinner, relax, have another beer, and I might throw on a movie and just stare out. Because that is another really neat feature of this tent, is both sides have this rubber-like door. I want to call it plastic, but it is so flexible. It feels like rubber. Super cool. Super cool. Anyways, I'll catch you guys back up to speed in a little bit. Oh guys, it's time to set up the bed area. As you can see, there is an inner tent, and it is also layered in Mylar. And as I said before, there's no cold spots in here. This tent seems to be the same temperature throughout, which is really awesome. So the next new piece of gear I have is this monster. So this is the Hikenture insulated sleeping pad. So this claims to have an R value. Wow. An R value of 10.6, which is nuts. Self-inflating. They claim it can self-inflate in 20 minutes. I tried it out last night. It does not self-inflate. I had to give it a boost with my flex tail. You turn and flip it to intake. And there's two of them. Well, guys, it is 80 degrees and holding in here. It is super comfortable. I honestly don't think I've ever been this warm while hot tenting before. So it just goes to show you how well this Mylar really does work to reflect the heat back to you and keep it inside the tent. You know, with my canvas OneTigris, it does get warm, but I've never been to a point at negative 15 degrees that I would take my snow pants off in the tent. So yeah, I'm impressed. Super cool stuff. I'm gonna eat this food. I won't force you guys to watch me, so I will bring you back in a little bit once it gets a bit darker out. And yeah, we're gonna settle in for the night. Well, guys, it is bedtime. It's about 9 o'clock. I moved the table on into the inner tent here and set up my fire tablet. I'm gonna watch a movie and lay in bed and probably fall asleep pretty quickly. It is currently 78 degrees in here, so it is still toasty. I'm dry. I have all my stuff hanging up on these toggles around the tent to dry out. And I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the wind is really blasting. It's snowing heavy now, and it's super windy, and there is not a draft to be had in this tent, and it's quite impressive. Anyways, I'm gonna crawl into bed, throw on a movie, and finish the last of my beer. Cheers, guys. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. That was a great night's sleep, let me tell you. Probably the best night's sleep I've ever had in a hot tent, and that's saying a lot. Been a lot of nights in a hot tent. I got up at about 3 a.m. It was about 80 degrees. Loaded the stove up, and I fell right back asleep. Just getting up now, it's 7:30. There was just a few coals left in the stove, enough for that probably to catch back. We'll see. I'm gonna boil some water, have a coffee, and pack up and get out of here and start editing this video. So I would say the first night in the Zeta1 was a huge success. It was really nasty out last night, just strong winds, super cold, and we stayed so cozy and warm in here. Unreal. It was awesome. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button if you want. It really helps the channel out. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Got a lot more hot tenting to do this season, and I can't wait.